This is Get 5 Bass. We're here at the SPRO booth and we're going to get a run through on the BBZ lure with SPRO. Bill, why don't you take it away?
Hey guys, this is Bill Siemantel at the 2010 ICAST at the SPRO booth. Last year there was a sneak preview of the 2.5 baby BBZ1. Going to get into it a little bit. This is basically the downsized version of the 4-inch BBZ I made 2 years ago. Great looking baits, caught a lot of fish across the U.S. and the country, but a lot of guys wanted something in the fall that targeted those fish that came up and were busting the little teeny shad, the threadfin shad, the glass minnows and stuff. Looked around in the industry, been doing this since 1985. I have not found anything that has the size, shape, and action within that 2-inch range. Spent about 2 years trying to build this bait. Basically, it's a 2.5-inch, 4-section, hydrodynamic, without a bill, basically a self-swimming bait. It weighs 6 grams, which is right at a quarter ounce. It supports a size 8 Gamakatsu round bend hook. Now, I built this bait around a system, the rod and reel aligned system. The rod I built this bait around was the Lamiglass Drop Shot 2 Special. It was paired up with the Shimano Stratic 2500, and it was spooled up with the Maxima 6-pound test fluoro carbon line. When you have this system or anything comparable to that, if you throw this bait out on a slack line, let it fall. It will fall horizontally approximately 1 foot per second. So the rate of fall is 1 foot per second on slack line. I built this though for the busting fish. Man, there's times in the fall when those fish come up, they start busting the surface, and when they're keyed in on that bait fish, those no-see-ums, man, I don't care what you throw out there, the fish won't do anything except target this stuff. So I was able to build it here, but the weird thing is on the West Coast, and you've probably seen it back east too, we had horrible weather this year. None of the bait came up. You know, I was sitting here waiting all fall and into the spring, waiting for the bait fish came up, and it stayed in 20 to 60 foot of water. So there's 3 techniques I'm using with this. This one I'm going to tell you is kind of crazy, but it's a sound technique. I've been stroking this off the bottom in 40 to 60 foot of water. Throw it out, count it down, let it go to the bottom, and if you know the old style of stroking, taking a big jig and ripping it off the bottom and letting it fall back down, I'm doing the same technique with this bait. Let it go to the bottom, it takes a while, it's only a quarter ounce. Take the rod tip, pop it off the bottom, the thing will swim off the bottom about the foot, you let it fall back down horizontally and you let it dead stick there. Crazy thing there, a lot of the tournaments I've been winning back here on the West Coast, 5 to 8 pound average fish. I mean, I'm catching monsters. They're still eating this size of bait, but it's down deeper in the water column. So that's one technique that you really have to pay attention to. The second one is old school, just winding it in. You can count this down to the desired depth, pop your rod tip 1 and bring it in at a medium fast retrieve. This bait will excel on the little bit quicker retrieve. You'll get good vibration, good action out of this bait. The third technique, which is I'm waiting for it, should start happening here at the U.S. Open and also seen in Southern California. The bait fish are going to start coming up in August and September. I'm going to use a 415 Power Pro, put on a top shot of 5 or 6 pound test mono, Maxima mono. I want the buoyancy level. You can fire it out there at a really good distance with that combination. Get the bait working really quick. Rod tip up. Once the bait comes up towards the surface, you got to bring your rod tip down and etch the water with your rod tip. If you don't, the bait will fly out of the water. You want to keep it low. This bait will come up in V-wake within 1 inch to half an inch of the surface. And when those big fish are targeting little teeny bait fish like this, that's going to catch them. I mean, you can try a lot of other stuff, but what's going to happen is you're going to get the follows, but they want to eat the little stuff. So 3 great techniques. We got some more product in line for next year at 2011 ICAST, but if you need more information, make sure you check out SPRO.com, or you can get a hold of me at the BBZ.com and give you more information on any of the baits and how they work. Glad to see you, and make sure you stay tuned to Get5Bass.com, and they'll keep you in charge on what's going on for this next year. See you later.